What up, everybody? It's Lonnie from Charts and Labs here. Haven't done a video on TXC in a little while and had a couple requests on some overview on the grid bots that PineX offers, and then also some strategies that can be implemented on exchanges that are not PineX to utilize that grid bot style of usage. So before we get started, I just want to make sure that everybody knows I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just sharing some knowledge and some insight to give you some familiarity so that you're able to make wise decisions with your money your way. So let's jump into this real quick. So as we can see, I have a bot working right now. I've had to move them around a little bit, so this one isn't doing too hot right now, down 11%. If we look at the details on it, um, so I have, from selling higher and buying back lower, I've actually created a little bit of profit here, is what we see in this arbitrage profit. I'm currently holding, though, because I bought so much when I initiated the bot. I'm showing 11% down because I started the price at, I don't think it's going to show, it doesn't show where I started the price. Oh, right, break even, 123.56. This is where I started the bot at when the price was 123.56. So since I'm reinvesting my profits, I've added $1.32 in profit. So that gave me a little bit more than one coin I've accumulated so far. I did 4 trades in the last 24 hours, 10 total rounds since. So these will change as this kind of goes on and balances, but it's only been running for 2 days. When you're looking at this, I have 77 grids. Because the prices came down, most of the buy side grids have been filled, and it's looking at this 105 as a level, and then 102. We're hoping to get a bounce back and a move up here right now because I'm so loaded on the buy side. I've gone through most of the buy orders. I haven't filled very many fill orders, or sell orders, I'm sorry. So once this 110 fills, then I will have another buy order filled. So this is balancing to do 77 grids in the $1 to $3 price range, and that's creating there's not a lot of profit between each one, but it is creating a high volume, which is creating that accumulation to accumulate more coins. This one has gotten me, what is that, one 1.1 coins extra, depending on what time what it bought it, based on the profit alone, not including me buying more at the cheaper prices from when I sold. So there's definitely going to be a pretty solid accumulation of more coins as this plays out. But in the 2 days, I for sure got at least, like 1.1 coin, 1.12 coin, which is 3 days worth of mining, and I got it in 2 days of this bot running. So a way to boost and accumulate coins, just like your mining share is doing. So this shows what the transactions are that's happened so far, and it shows you how I bought the first one at 123.68, and the sell was set for 126.31. This is one sell that happened. I sold, or I bought 8.472 and I sold, or I'm sorry, yeah, that's volume in dollars. Oh, that's how much I made. I made the 18 cents per transaction is what I made. And on the USDT, this doesn't show the actual amount of coins yet, but these are my parameters. I don't have any take profit. I don't have a stop loss. I just have it reinvesting my profits every morning at 9:30 in the morning. TXC fluctuant and then bullish. So this is what it's telling me is the best market for this. I need the market to fluctuate and then turn up. So that's happened so far. It's fluctuated and gone down, and I need it to go up. I'm getting about 6.85 coins per grid. I have 77 grids, started it at 1.23. So this is kind of the breakdown of what you're reading. My profits and my losses will be shown in USDT. I can edit the price range. I can set take profit and all this. You'll set a take profit if your goal is like at the 3. If it gets to 3 to take profit, and it would sell into the $3 profit. So like if you were to set your price range higher at like at a point of interest, like a 3 or a 4 or 5 or 6, like if you wanted to kind of have this as a set and forget, you can have it set up at a higher range to take profit. I have mine lower because I'll just have it pause, and it's more structured to compress more grids in that zone versus having them higher. So just for a more frequent action. But you did see I did start in profit. I was up 2% before we came down. Got up there again, 0.88%, and then it's been downhill since because the price is going down. So kind of an explanation of what these grids are doing. They're not doing anything super AI, and they're selling more and buying more. What they're doing is they're creating a multitude of orders in the order book, and it's filling up the order book for you. And as you buy more, you create more sell orders, and as you sell more, you create more buy orders, so that you're always filling up the order book with however many grids are on there. And when you look at the order book, these are grids essentially in another term for it. So by you placing 77 grids or 55 or 88 or 100 or however many grids you're placing, you're essentially putting that many orders on the order book between both sides, which is creating a more healthy price movement. And this increase in amount of people using PieNX lately and using these grid bots has helped PieNX have a more sustainable price compared to some of the other ones. Because if you look at these prices and how they're moving, is because orders are being filled, and it's less stagnant. Where you look at like by economy, and you see that the order book is a lot more choppy. There's not a really smooth. The sell side has a decent amount right now, but the buy side doesn't have that support. 0.75, 0.8, 0.095, point, or I'm sorry, 0.95, 0.95, 0.96. So in order for transactions to happen on Biconomy, the price has to go from 102 to 90 to 0.96 to 0.95 to 0.8, and so the market will always search out liquidity, and it'll always find these orders. So if you stack up enough orders, eventually it's going to come down, unless sentiment reverses and there's excitement, which creates the market to chase orders on the top side. But if there's not enough buys and the buys are really stagnant, you're going to typically see price trail. And that's why you see TXC struggling so much price-wise, is because there's just no buys. There's not enough consistency in the buys. A lot of the frequent, participants in the exchange for TXC that are coming to buy are not coming in every day to buy. They're coming in once a week. Come on with $100 or $1,000 or whatever. They place their buy. They fill up their coins. Whether it's a big order like this, or they do a market buy, or whatever they do. But they place that order and then they're gone, and they don't place the sell order. And that's what the grid bot does. So like what you could do on some of these other exchanges, like Bitmart now offers grid bot trading, but they don't offer it for TXC yet. Let's see. Let's make sure that they haven't offered it for TXC yet. Yeah, TXC doesn't have the grid bot offer on Bitmart yet, but it's the same thing that you're doing. You set the lower, you set the upper, you set how many grids and how much money you're putting into it. If you're trying to go on the short side of it, or you're going bearish, you are setting your lower and your upper, the number of grids, and then how much of the unit you're starting with. They're actually letting you do leverage on these guys. It's still using. Wow. Okay, that's a little bit different. Never mind. Don't want to say that on this one because it is different. Because when you're using the on the bot, when you're looking for bearish, you're doing a reverse grid. And a reverse grid is actually starting with TXC. So when you load this up and you put how much TXC you have to start with obviously TXC coins, and you will place them for. Did we just? What happened over here? Are we spiking in price? All of a sudden we're even. Sorry. You start with TXC, so you sell it first. The goal is for the price to go down and you buy it back cheaper. That's how you do a reverse grid. So, but you need the price to go down on that one. But if you're looking for the price to go up, you're doing the grid trading bot, and like that's what this one is a regular bullish grid bot. And looks like we're in profit all of a sudden. What happened with the price? Oh no, we're not. It's just not loading right. Okay, that was weird. So like if you wanted to do like a manual version of a grid bot, you could do like what I did here. I have buy orders set based on selling these ones higher, and now I'm trying to buy them back lower. And I like on this one, I bought some at 108, and now I'm trying to sell them at 111. There were some others that I sold at one. I don't remember where I sold these ones at, but I'm trying to buy at 105. I think it was like 113 or 114. So I'm trying to buy these ones at 105, and I immediately will, as soon as these orders fill, I will immediately place these for sale above, anywhere from 2 to 6% or whatever strategy you're trying to place on it, depending how active you're trying to be. If you're not as active and you're somebody who's casually investing and not in the market enough, look for getting something like a 6 to 9% profit on your sell, and then buy it back for like 3% pullback or 4% pullback. And all you do is just multiply that or do the percentage on the calculator and set your order. When you're setting your order on crypto, one of the things that is very beneficial to the order book is filling out as many decimals as you can. Obviously, if you do like 109, that's going to fill this a lot faster, because you don't have to do these extra decimals. But by doing these extra decimals, you're not blocking out as many orders and creating that chunky movement. Like when you look on, I think it was MEXC, like there's a whole bunch at 101, 103, 103, 104, 105, 105. So there's 1 cent per order changes on this. But when you go into Pionex, look at all these 109s. There's 4 109s, and then all these are 110s because they're using all the decimals. So make sure you use all your decimals when you're placing these orders so that the price can walk through the order book and fill it up. If instead of doing all 100 at one, do 10 at one and 10 at another and 10 at another. And then by doing that, you kind of help fill out the order book, and then you also create more profit for yourself, or you're able to buy more because you kind of spread your order on the downside, and you can average in, and then as you profit, you sell them into it. But actively having orders on both sides, on the sell side and buy side, is essentially what the bot is doing. And that's all it is. It's not doing anything super unique. TXC does not have enough liquidity to offer margin, so it's not like they're short selling first. You have to buy the coin first. Every order with TXC, you have to buy the coin first in order for them to get on the exchange or to get on and become available in the exchange markets. They have to be sold first because they're mined off network in cold storage wallets, and there was a zero start. So the coin for TXC starts by getting mined, and then it has to be sold onto the exchange. So there's always a sell order first to get that coin onto the exchange. But in order for you to create the transaction, for you to do anything with the coin, you have to buy it first. So whatever you're trying to do, always your first order is going to be buy. unless you're a miner. And if you're a miner, your first order is going to be to sell, unless you're trying to accumulate more. But yeah, kind of a thing that I've noticed that's triggered the markets to be really jumpy and really skippy is not using enough decimals and not placing enough orders. Again, it's not financial advice, so it's just a recommendation. It's just kind of what I do personally. As you can see, that I'm actively trading orders. I catch some profit and I just move my orders throughout. As soon as this sell is sold, I'll place another buy order. As soon as this buy is filled, I'm going to place sell orders. I'm not going to place all three stacked up like this. I was doing this when we broke under the 110 just for support, and I might even flip these. Here, we'll do it right now, actually. We'll do this live. Only cancel, cancel all of them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do, how much do I wanna buy? I could fill up this whole order book with $50, and I can move the price up to 110 with $50. So let's just do a 1 point, we'll do that. And we're gonna do, I'll just do my max. Oh, it won't let me. I think I'm only allowed to do 50 at a time because of the small liquidity. So we're gonna buy 50 TXC at 11111. Buy. Okay. Boom. And now I don't have anything here because it filled all that. And then look at I walked in all these orders now that are available that are now coming in to play. So let's do one more of 50 at 11111. Oh, give me my 50 at 1.11111. Fill it up, and we're gonna hit buy again. It says I'm higher, and go ahead and fill them. And it filled it again. You can see on these two orders that I placed my order at this 11111, and I got 55 point or that's how much money I used, I'm sorry, in order to fill that. The first one I got at 1.1, and then on the second one I got, my average was 1.1053 is what my average ended up being. So let's wait a minute and let the price kind of balance out and see if it's gonna pick up itself. Because I have these at, we're just gonna use this high one, I could even use my 1.111. We'll immediately place a sell. We'll just do 1.1111 times 1.0444. We'll just do that. And so that's a 1.16 sell. So we're going to do that. 1.1604. And we're going to sell 25. We're going to sell 22.41. We'll do that. Balance out that number. So now that order is placed in there. Manual orders. This is my only order set. Kind of watching the prices kind of pulling back a little bit because there's not a whole lot of orders that are coming in behind me. With that, if we look at this volume, there was 104 that went through, and before that there was 495 sold, 93, and look at, there's some selling pressure coming in, pushing it back down. So we're going to do a buy, and we will counter that with another buy. See if we can't round out this. So the MACD is trying to act like it's trying to turn up and be bullish. So we're going to do another 50. On your mark, get set. I'm gonna wait till this one decides what it's doing. I don't know if it's wanting to. See if these guys will change. No change. And we'll buy. Not enough balance. Oh, I used it all. I'll just do my max. So now we're gonna do my max buy. Buy. Waited a little bit and got it. So here's a perfect example. I placed the order for 43.25. Oh, did it not? Did it not fill? Oh, yep. So now these guys are trying to sell at 1.11114, and my buy didn't fill. So I did fill some. I don't want to cancel it. Why is it not? I don't want to show. There. Oh, it's only going to give me the cancel average. Oh, there you go. Order quantity is placed for 43.25, and so far I've filled in 20.32, and it still hasn't filled. 47% of that order filled. It's sitting there. So now that my order is there, that's now providing support, and these people that are above have to either lower it to sell to that, or somebody has to come up above me to buy it. And that's okay. If they come up, mine is support. But what we did do is we decided that we were going to sell some of these. So we're going to do like a 20.23, and then we're going to raise this up a little bit to 666, and let's do 20 and that. Oh, no, we want to cancel that one. That one adjusted weird. 1.666. That's weird. 20.1 apparently. There we go. And so now I have a couple sell orders placed. I have my last buy order placed, and the same thing. So as soon as I sell, I'll adjust and I'll put a buy in. If that buy fills, I'll put in another sell. So let's raise this up and do 777. We'll do 25. We're gonna put some orders up higher and see if we can't bring the price up a little bit. With you want these coins, you gotta pay for them. Come up top. Cool. So there we go. I could do a couple more, but I'm gonna just go. Oh, we'll do one more. 999, 25. Bam. And then we're gonna do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. We'll just do that just in case there's a big jump. 25. Just in case. You can only catch profit if you have it listed. Otherwise, you're just watching them. So, just as an example, if you don't want to run the grid bot and have it do it for you automatically, or if you're not in a country that you can use PyNX and you don't have the resources to do it, and you like using MEXC, just place orders and fill up the order book. Place it with some buys, more than one buy. Obviously, if you want to come in and you're trying to push the price up, putting in a market buy, you get the coins right away. But as soon as you buy them, place them for sale and capture some profit. If you're trying to buy and hold, that's totally a fine strategy. This is more just for people who are looking for ways to help build the exchanges and build the market value in TXC, not as much as the people that are looking to build their own holding. If your strategy is to just buy and hold, buy the coins and hold, that'll always work out eventually as long as the price goes up, right? So that strategy works, but this is more for the people who are trying to look at becoming a little bit more active and helping with this type of order book, because this is sad. This is very, very sad. This is a gross order book. This is not something that would be worth bragging about. Very, very small volume. And if we go in, we don't even need to look at that. Coin market cap, I believe they were like $25,000 today in the last 24 hours. We'll do 24 hours, 24 hours. By economy, it was actually up there, 25,000. Pinex is down a little bit. This has been hanging around 30,000 for a while, and that fell off. So a lot less activity, probably with the price being so much lower. But I bet a lot of people's bots were paused with the price drop. But got by economy 25,000 today, but their order book is as dry as the Sahara. Bitmart is the biggest one, and you can see that this order book is a lot more filled, but still there's only two 107s. There's 105, 106, 107, 107, 107, three 107s now, 109. There's no 108. That's not a full order book. Where this is, look at all, this is full of just 111s. This entire order book is full of 111s. The buy side is full of 109s, and a couple 110s are there. My 111's still hanging there. So, yeah, that's what these bots are doing. By people placing these bots, you have a full order book. You see these tiny fractions. You don't have to sell everything. You can sell one, you can sell a half, you can sell whatever. Obviously, look at the minimum amount is 0.91 to buy, and the minimum to sell is 0.91. So any fractional amount that you want to throw out there to kind of stir up the action and volume, and looks like my 111 filled. Or, no, it hasn't. Just kidding. I thought it filled. It looked like it glitched. Must have just updated. But whether you do it or the bots do it, if you don't have access to the bot trading and you want to fill up that order book and place some orders and be a participant, it's the same strategy as if you were using the bot. Just place a lot of orders. 107, 105, 102, and 1. And then you place them for sale. 113, 115, 118, 121, 123. And that builds up the order book. If everybody keeps doing this, you get a healthy market, and we'll get some more consistent prices. That's not as dropping like this. Unfortunately, this drop is just because there's a lack of buyers. We're doing 0.33% of the 24-hour volume. The 24-hour volume is 0.33% of the total market cap. And if you go to a bigger project, let's just go, we'll do it this way. We'll go into the top 20, and we're going to go to the smallest in the top 20, which is number 20 is Sui. Actually, we'll use Litecoin because TXC is scripted off of Litecoin, so everybody has a familiarity with it. But look at this. Their daily volume is over 5% of their market cap. For comparison, 0.33% of the market cap, 5% of the market cap. This is why you have a much more stable chart that isn't dropping. And even this is still dropping because crypto is having a hard time right now. A lot of cryptos are down. That is a pretty steep down with a couple breakout attempts, but it would be hard pressed to tell anybody that this is an upward channel. That's a downward channel. Just because Bitcoin is number one, or the biggest one, let's look at what they're doing. Biggest one. Everybody knows Bitcoin. Everybody loves Bitcoin. Almost 2% of the market cap. The largest crypto market cap is getting 2% of its market cap in daily volume traded. 0.33% for TXC. That is why TXC is having such a hard time. And you can zoom out of this, and we can look at this one also. And oh no, TXC is the only one that's dropping. it sure looks like just about everybody is having a hard time. We're going to even fix this one, and we're going to go to that one. Nope, don't even need to go to that one. We're just going to go to this one because we'll let that breakout be ignored. Boom. They're in a downward channel too, getting a little flat horizontal here, getting ready to break out. But of course, this is what is the big piece right here that's missing for TXC is the volume. I can go to Ethereum. 5% of their market cap is their daily volume. That is crazy. All right, let's see another, probably the most popular one on social media, XRP. 1.5% of their market cap is their daily volume. So just to do that number, TXC would have to 5x their daily volume that they're showing right now. And if we go to Texacoin, and we see that this daily volume is $221,000 right now, 5 times that is what TXC needs to do daily to be competitive with some of the top cryptos. And that's kind of the biggest Achilles heel right now. The lack of volume creates weak liquidity markets. There's not enough people actively trading in there. So for people who are looking at getting started and wanting to participate and contribute to the bots, to the liquidity, and helping with the activity, that's what the bots are really good for. Is because if you don't have a lot of familiarity with it yourself, it is as simple as coming in here on Pinex, going to trading bot. If you want the price to go up and you want to be a player in the price going up and you want to keep it as simple as possible so that you don't have to come check this. Don't even bother coming and checking this. You just want to let it run. GridBot, the grid trading bot under the bullish tab. You're going to come in and you're going to set your lower limit. If you go less than $1, you have to do the 0 first. So 0.5, we'll go all the way down to 50 cents and let this buy. We'll go all the way up to $5 and let it buy. And this is the part that is really just kind of your preference on what you want. If you do 10 grids, each trade is going to be for 10% or more. So it's not going to happen every day. The price has to move for that to happen. The grid bot is not going to make that order happen unless the price comes to and lets that happen. So if you add more grids, now those trades are only 1.66%. If you go up to 50 grids, you cut it down from 10% to 1.66%. It also goes all the way up to 18%. But the bigger part that this part changes that you have to be mindful of is 10 grids only needs $30. $30 to start. You could start a grid bot for $30. If you do 25, you need to bring $70.97, so $71 basically. If you do 50, you need $138.91 to start. That is your minimum investment of USDT to start doing a 50 grid bot between 0.5 and 5. If you lower this to 3, now it's only 133 for 50, 68 for 25. Because you're compressed into smaller ranges, it's going to be able to break them down smaller. $29, so less than $30, and you could start a grid bot. Raise this up to 6 and do 100 because you're going to let this just run for a while. $277.21. So if you brought in $300 and you did a 0.5 to a 6 as your range, and you said give it 100 grids, do $300. I don't have it, of course, because I have mine all sold. You can obviously come in here. Then I would set your take profit at the 6 because that's what you have your thing stopping at anyway. And boom. Everything else is set. Just leave that going and it'll automatically break out your $300. It's going to go in and purchase some. And it's going to tell you, just so you know, hey, we're doing 60% of this order is going to be in TXC first and 40% of it's going to be in USDT to buy more. and you say, boom, okay, thank you, send it, and it fills those orders for you. And as the price moves, it'll adjust. And those, as you get more buys, it's going to place more sells. It automatically, as soon as that buy happens, it automatically places the sell. That order book stays full. You stay active, and um, you keep the activity going. Um, Investment, you can choose if you want to do invest by quote coin, or you can invest both based on quote coins. And then once you create it, you'll have to come back into the detail side of it right here, and you will come over to details. No, not that details, I'm sorry, parameters. Correct. So once you come back into your bot, bring up details, and then make sure that this part is reinvest profits automatically. Make sure this is highlighted. That way you're accumulating more coins every transaction. If you want to just make profit and keep the profit, do that. Again, your choice, your money, your choice. Personal suggestion is to turn this on, accumulate more coins. As you can see that I actually placed an order, or I filled an order by also when I was buying coins, I've probably sold some coins to myself. Um, if you ever have your bot going and you're like, cool, I got another $100 going, you just come over here, boom, add investment. You can put in more money. You want to brag about it, you can share it. If you want to go in here, you can name your bot and make it something cool. Pause it manually, stop it, release profit, so that you can have the USDT or whatever you wanted to catch out of it, or you can edit the ranges. If you go below your lower or above your upper, your bot will pause. But if you decide that, okay, I'm comfortable with the price action, edit your price ranges to include where it's at. When you are ready to stop the bot for whatever reason, if you think that you want to change the parameters or break it from one bot into two bots, or however you want to do that because it's been running for a while, you go into stop the bot, and then this is the part that you have the option to do. So when you stop it, this will automatically sell everything. So do you want us to automatically sell all the TXC and give you all USDT at the end of it? You hit please sell, and it'll do everything it can to sell out all of your holding without crashing the price, but it'll also basically do multiple market orders, and it'll probably drop the price. So if you hit don't sell, and you keep it how you have it, that'll go into this to where the bot will basically just stop working. I will hold my 498.1 of TXC that I have bought, and I will have $37.88 of USDT that I can just go and be merry with. I can go buy more TXC with manually at the current price and just buy all of it, and then I wouldn't have the automatic grids. And if I'm just like, you know what, I just want to buy it, and I'm going to cancel this, take my $37, and then I'll come over in here and I'll just manually place my buys, and then that's that. So you can do it yourself manually, or you can let the bot do it automatically, and as it sells, as it buys, it'll keep filling those orders for you to keep a full order book. So yeah, hope that helps your question. This one was asked. This touched on a couple things that have been asked for a video, so I hope this was helpful. Yeah, let's see how the new year comes. We got New Year's Eve tomorrow, and some big changes to the comp plan. Big promo coming up for TXC in January. That should be exciting. Should see a lot of sales from that, and we'll see how layer 2 goes. If you've been following my video, you know that I have a layer 2 ready to roll out on TXC's network. We're just waiting for the API to be finalized so that I have keys to the back door, and we can get on and off the network. So hopefully that'll come in the next week or two, and I'll be announcing that as soon as I get that information. So keep your eyes out for my personal token, and we'll see how the utilities ramp up the price demand on TXC when that comes. So very exciting to hear that that could be coming any day. I appreciate all of your support, and this video ended up being twice as long as I thought it was going to be. So if you've stayed this long, thank you again, and I'll see you guys on the next one.